Welcome back to another episode of the Rational Football League Show. My name is Emmett. That's B Ford. We are here to submit our Week 12 game picks. Me and you both had a great week last week. We went 12-2 each. It puts you on the season at 66-26 in first place. Me right behind you at 64-28. And guys, I'm going to ask you, don't stay on the sidelines. Can you beat us? We went 12-2. We were only off by 4 points last week. Can you do better than me and B? Let us know down in the comment section what your picks are, and we'll come back and check it. We might even announce the winners if you can beat us. With that out of the way, B, let's get into our games. First, we have the Thursday Night Football. We are looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Who you got?
You know, I saw a lot of Steelers fans saying that this is going to be a trap game for the Steelers, but I just can't see it. I can't see it. I think Winston's going to turn over the ball a couple of times. So give me the Steelers here on the road and getting a win against the Browns.
Yeah, I'm with you. Steelers, they have one of the best, if not, again, the best defense in the league. For me, they're like neck and neck with the Broncos. And Jameis Winston's a turnover machine. So I think Nick Chubb does his best to try to keep this game close, but I think the Steelers pull this one out.
Heck yeah. Next, we got the Vikings playing the Bears. Who are you taking here?
God, we kind of talked about it a little bit pre-show, but I want to lean Bears. They showed me a lot of promise at the end of that game against the Packers. Caleb looked phenomenal. I think that was his best game of the year. But as you did kind of mention, the Bears are a losing franchise. They can't seem to pull this out. I will take the Vikings in this one.
Yeah, same here. I almost was feeling spicy taking the Bears there too, but they can't figure out a way to win games when they should have, when they haven't won almost. So for that reason, give me Vikings.
Yep. Up next, we got Broncos-Giants. Who you got?
Give me the Bucs here. Because some reason they're 6-point favorites. I forgot. The Giants benched Daniel Jones finally. That might be part. I think Tommy Boy is coming in for him. So. Yep,
my Italian cousin is here.
Yeah. Yeah, you got your yeah, exactly. But exactly. I think Baker should probably handle business. So yeah, give me the Bucs.
Yeah. And I think I actually said Broncos. I apologize. I mean Buccaneers. I'll take the Bucs too. I don't think I need a whole lot of explanation. The Giants are kind of a joke of an organization. Even with Daniel Jones benched, I still don't have much faith in this team. But I do expect them to look better than they did under Danny No Dimes. Up next, we have the Patriots taking on the Dolphins. Who you got?
I'm going to go Dolphins here. If we were betting spreads, I almost would take the Pats spread of +7 just because it's a, AFC East rival with them, and I think the Pats can play sneaky good, solid football. I feel like, on tape, Drake May looks kind of like good so far, which is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, give me the Dolphins to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. Drake May has looked fairly good since he's come in. I know we put out a video saying we wouldn't start him. I think that's kind of one we might have been wrong on. Again, my biggest concern with him was potential injury risk behind that offensive line, but he's looked fantastic. So give me the Dolphins in this one. I still think overall Miami has the better roster, but I expect Drake May to at least make it fun and exciting and watchable.
Sweet. Next, we got the Titans playing against the Texans. Should I even ask the question?
Well, I will point out this is kind of a rivalry game because if you don't know, the Tennessee Titans used to be the Houston Oilers. So there's this whole feud about who actually gets the right to wear those baby blue uniforms that everyone loves so much. I do think the Texans win this little rivalry matchup, but I don't want to point that out. That these teams, I would not expect any love lost between them.
Okay, so it might be a little bit like bloodshed. I like that. Even though blood may be drawn, Texans. I think they're 9-point favorites here. So, yeah, give me the Texans.
Next, we got the Chiefs, who just came off their first loss, taking on a Panthers team who has looked better since Bryce Young has resumed his starting duties. Who are you taking?
Dude, Bryce Young has the opportunity to do the funniest thing. And what if they just win dirty 15, some weird 15-10, some weird ass score? It's what? But I don't know, man. I think that's a fairy tale. Give me the Chiefs, but I think that would be super funny.
There's only two ways this game goes. Either the Chiefs blow out the Panthers, or Bryce Young shocks everyone and figures out how to beat Spags defense and puts up 30 on the Chiefs. I'm going to get Chiefs. I don't believe that's going to happen, but it's still fun to point out that Bryce Young has looked better since he got back. So give me the Chiefs.
There we go. Next, we got the Cowboys playing against the Commanders. Looks like a pretty big spread here, but I'll also ask you, who are you taking?
Commanders.
Yeah. Give me
the Cowboys.
Give me the Cowboys.
They're done, dude. They're so fucking done.
I'm so sad.
So goddamn done.
I'm so sad. I drafted Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb in fantasy. It's just like it's so sad now. It's just so sad.
I think the only thing about it that's it's just kind of surprising to me the fall off this year. I think that's the biggest thing to me is, a lot of the same talent's still there. I would have expected them, maybe not to win a Super Bowl, but at least still look like their regular, pretty good selves. I mean, they just look atrocious. So I expect McCarthy's gone after the year too.
I think that kind of speaks to Dan's Quinn leaving a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
Because the defense has been out of sorts since he's been gone. So I don't know.
Yeah. Up next, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Colts. Which blowout are you? I'm sorry. Which team are you picking in this blowout?
I was thinking too, is this opportunity to be a little bit spicy? But nah, the Lions look like the best team in football right now. I mean, they're just completely just blowing teams out like crazy. Yes, give me the Lions here.
I think we're looking at the strong, realistic possibility that the Lions might actually win their first Super Bowl. Not even just appear in their first Super Bowl. Actually win it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going back in time and telling a Lions fan that 5 years ago? Hell, 3 years ago? That their team in 2024 is going to look like the most dominant team in football? It's insane.
It's a crazy turnaround that franchise has.
Yeah. Great for that fan base. If anyone deserves it, it's absolutely Detroit fans. I mean,
yeah.
But up next, we have the Broncos taking on the Raiders. Who are you taking?
Yeah, give me Broncos. I'm actually surprised the spread's not bigger. Maybe because it's like a rival. I actually might bet on the Broncos spread. But yeah, give me Broncos here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos. Honestly, I might even be surprised if the Raiders put up double digits. So I'm taking the Broncos in this one. They look like they're really turning it on. Bo Nix again looks like another fantastic rookie quarterback. There seems to be a lot this year. That defense is, for me personally, tied with Pittsburgh for the number one defense in the league. I think the Raiders don't stand a chance.
Next, we got the Niners playing the Packers. Who are you taking here?
Well, I'm a Niners fan, so I have to, of course, go with the Packers here because the Niners have looked like fucking shit. And that's a whole video we can do on itself if I thought any 49er fan had any soul left to give a shit about what might be wrong with this team and what to fix it. I expect the Packers to exploit the same hole in the 49ers pass protection that every team has been exploiting all year and making them turn the ball over in critical situations. So give me the Packers.
Yeah, I actually was fine. I actually wanted to take the Niners. I was looking for any reason to. I actually still like them in this game. Honestly, I think they always play well against the Packers.
Be our guest. Take the Niners.
The one thing that stopped me, or it is stopping me from taking them, is Nick Bosa is banged up right now. And that's the one thing. If he was healthy, 100%, I'd be like, give me Niners here. But him being out potentially for a couple weeks even too puts a little bit pause. So it's kind of hard. I wish that we didn't do game picks on Tuesday because we can have a better idea potentially if maybe he could play. Maybe he wasn't gonna be out for a couple weeks, but for it being Tuesday, I gotta go off what I see right now. So I unfortunately have to take the Packers here. But I want to take Niners bad.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw a report this morning saying that Nick Bosa, because of his hip strain, is more likely going to be out for at least 2 or 3 weeks. I will say, just to point out real quickly, though, before we move on, the Packers are at home. And normally, as we've discussed, the home team gets, the 3 points. So with the Packers only being 2.5-point favorites, the sports books are actually kind of thinking the 49ers are going to pull out a close win in this one. I don't know why, but they seem to be
or at least a coin toss, right? Or at least it's just super balanced, which I kind of see. I don't think the Packers defense is really great against the run too. So you got CMC back for a couple weeks now. Maybe he hits his stride this game too. You know what I mean? So I think there's definitely something, but
the Packers struggle against the run. I expect Shanahan to throw the ball 40 times then.
But he won't allow Purdy to change anything at the line, though.
No protection calls. No. We're going to throw the ball 40 times and see if Purdy can survive. Anyway, I don't want to take that could be, again, a whole video. I'm not going to do it. Up next, we have the Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. It's a bird fight. This game is foul. Who are you taking?
This game is somewhat a coin toss for me, too, man. I think I'm going to go Cardinals, man. Part of me feels like I don't want to because they won 4 straight. They were on a bye last week, but before that, they won 4 straight. So I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking at some point they have to lose, right? Like how many games can they win in a row? That's probably the longest win streak and for almost ever, I think, for them. I mean, that's pretty long streak. But they have the top 3 hardest schedule. They're 6-4. They're sitting atop of the NFC West right now. So you would think this is coming into a rival. Like you come in with that mindset, ready to play. I think the guys gonna be fired up for this one. So yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm taking Cardinals too. The Seahawks have a negative point differential. Watching them last week against the 49ers, I didn't see a team that really overly impressed me. They still can't run the ball to save their lives. They have to rely on Geno throwing the ball 30, 40, 50 times a game. Their defense has looked awful for most of the season. Again, the 49ers love to just make opposing defenses look good this year for some unbeknownst reason. But I don't think the Cardinals give them the opportunity. I think they hand it off to James Conner, let him run the ball down their throat. Kyler Murray's been playing fantastic this year, making the plays when he needs to. I believe he's 4th in EPA under pressure. We're looking at 4th in passer rating under pressure. I expect the Cardinals to win this one. I won't say handily. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do expect them to pull out the win in this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough too, for sure. Next, we got the Eagles playing the Rams. Who are you taking here?
I'm going to go Eagles. I mean, I think they haven't gotten a whole lot of attention this year. For some reason, I think a lot of it's gone to Kansas City and Detroit and what they're doing, which is, obviously deserves its own attention. But the Eagles seem like they're back. The addition of Saquon Barkley has gone better than I think anyone in Philadelphia could have ever expected it to. I mean, I assume they had high expectations, but it seems to have even surpassed those. The dude's been on another level. He looks fantastic. He looks rejuvenated. And his play's been helping out Jalen Hurts and that entire offense. So I expect and they're facing a tough Rams defensive line. It's a young defensive line, but they have a tough group there. And it's still Matthew Stafford. But I do expect the Eagles to win this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Eagles too. But the meatball fan in me, again, thinking about stuff that's not really science-based. Using the same logic as they did with the Cardinals. The Eagles have won 6 straight, believe it or not, which I didn't even realize that until pretty much now. 6 straight. So I'm the back of my head, I'm like, they have to lose at some point. One of these games they have to drop. So that's reason 1 that gave me pause. And then 2, 81% of the money is on the Eagles right now. So I'm always a big fade the public guy. Again, not very science based at all. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think rationally speaking, they are the better team. But the Rams are at home, and all these other factors that I just named gave me a little bit of pause. But yeah, final answer, give me the Eagles.
Up next, we have our last game on the board for the week and our first Harbaugh Bowl of the season. And actually, the first one, I think, since 2014. So this is going to be exciting for Monday Night Football. We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the LA Chargers. Both teams look good. Both teams love to run the ball, play good defense behind it. Both have fantastic quarterbacks. Honestly, this is a very even matchup. Who are you taking?
Another tough one. It's gonna be going. I'm gonna go. Even though it is tough, Chargers defense is really good. Definitely. I think they give the fewest points so far all year. I'm still gonna go Ravens though, only because the fact that Lamar Jackson seems to beat everyone besides the Steelers and the Chiefs. He just beats everyone else besides those 2 teams for some weird reason. So yeah, I think the Ravens have a little bit more juice on offense. I know that the Steelers defense is tough. but Lamar brings another weapon to that offense. And even though the Ravens defense is a little bit shaky, I think maybe they could probably bode well against the run-heavy offense that is the Chargers. Maybe force them to be a little bit more one-dimensional there. So yeah, give me the Ravens.
I'm going to go Ravens too, but I will point out, just to explain my logic a little bit here, the Chargers are on a 4-game win streak, and they've won 5 of their last 6 games. 5 of the last 6 games, with their one loss coming to the Cardinals. We've already discussed and have a video coming out where we think they're going to win the NFC West. But here's why I think we might be overhyping the Chargers a little bit too much. They might be almost on fraudulent watch, because their last 4 wins have come off of a Bengals team who has looked kind of lost this entire year, the Titans, the Browns, with no, obviously Deshaun Watson being out, and the Saints before Dennis, whoever the guy's name is, that doesn't really matter anymore, got fired. So they really don't have a significant win on the year. In fact, they've lost, their 3 losses have come against the Steelers, the Chiefs, and the Cardinals. All teams with winning records. They've only beat the Raiders, the Panthers, the Broncos, the Browns, Titans, and Bengals. So the only significant win is against the Broncos. That was really before Bo Nix really started figuring this out. So we might be watching kind of a fraudulent team here in LA. I'm not saying they're not good. I just don't think they're as good as maybe we're hyping them up to be. So I do expect the Ravens to pull out a win here.